Yo, so at the end of episode 2, we got cock-blocked a little bit on our way to the Canifis rooftop agility course. We got to this temple that these dudes were gatekeeping. They were being really choosy and exclusive, so we had to figure out another way to get in. We saw that really sick agility shortcut, which I thought would be a no-brainer because I've pretty much maxed agility at this point, but I was unable to get through there as well. So I had to do some thinking, and that's not my strong suit, so I did Google it. I went to Google and I said, "Excuse me, sir, can you please tell me how to get to the Canifis rooftop agility course so I can get graceful and run around with all my friends?" And Google said, "So here's what's up, kid. First thing you got to do is beat this quest, Priest in Peril. Priest in Peril is going to give you access to some wacky teleport that will get you to Canifis." And I was like, sick, what do I need to do for Priest in Peril? It said I needed like 50 rune essence, and that sounded like a lot and annoying to get, but it turns out you just have to do rune mysteries for it, which is another quest. So basically our checklist at this point is to get 20s in defense, attack, strength, so that I don't just die in one hit to any enemy that I run by, because that is a big fear of mine. If I lose my hardcore Iron Man status, I think my friends will bully me, and I got enough of that in high school. I'm not trying to relive that. I am making Runescape videos in my apartment's basement, so I guess I'm not off to a great start as far as like resilience to bullying. So I imagine I gotta do this right. But while I'm sitting here killing cows because they seem the chunkiest but also hitting the lowest, we're getting combat stats to 20, doing all the cooking, really for no reason other than they drop beef, doing prayer because I still think prayer flicking is a thing. I don't know how it works or what it does, but I do know it's a function of the game that I would like to take advantage of. So I get my stats and I begin rune mysteries. The thing about rune mysteries, as far as I know, is that it grants you access to, if I'm recalling correctly, from the days of yore when 10-year-old Trevor did rune crafting for a half hour and then quit. Pretty sure it gives you like a teleport to the rune essence mine, and you need like 5 mining to do rune essence or something like that. So I'm running over the wizard's tower. I definitely did not go the wrong way. I just thought this vantage point was very pretty with Runescape's graphics. It's just a heartwarming vista to take in. So once my heart is satisfied, I go across the bridge, go downstairs because there's some Archmage Grand Wizard. I don't think I can say that. Isn't that the Ku Klux guy? He's not a Grand Wizard then. His robes are blue. Yes, he's an Archmage. That's much better. So I talked to him and he is like, "Ooh, this talisman is nothing special, whoozy woozy," and does his incantations. I don't really pay attention to this part because I'm pretty caught up on the lore on RuneScape. I'm something of an expert, if I'm being honest. If anyone were to ask me any questions about RuneScape, I would just simply know the answers off the top of my head. As far as lore is concerned, obviously I don't know how to actually play the game pretty much at all. It's just a lot of clicking. It's not skill-based. But I do know, so I actually found this out too. There's a plugin in RuneLite, because when I was playing RuneScape, I know you can download it on Steam. I know you can download it from their website. But all my friends are like, "Oh, you gotta download RuneLite, man. It's the best thing ever." And I'm like, well, I don't really know what that is. So I Google RuneLite, and it's a program that's just like a RuneScape launcher, a third-party one. And there are plugins in it that do all these cool things. So this one, I believe, is called Skyrim mode. So it just puts an objective over everything you have to do, which is awesome. So I'm talking to these guys. They have these little blue options. I just click on those, and that's advances the quest. It's like the right dialogue. So I really don't have to like play this game at all. And from what I've seen, watching streamers, watching these content of like Swampletics, Settled, Tileman, that kind of stuff, all my friends play. The main goal of RuneScape is to pretty much just not play at all. So I know people will talk about like sand crabs too, which I might do later on the account, because it sounds like you don't have to do anything. You walk into the spot, these sand crabs attack you, they don't do any damage. I don't really understand the difference between that and botting, other than sand crabs are basically allowed botting. Also right here, so I did home teleport from the Wizard's Tower because that was a far run. Ran all the way up to Varrock from Lumbridge, and then I had to go back to the Wizard's Tower again. And that felt like it was going to take a lot of time. So I log out, and I think I went and like took a massive regular shit. I took a regular shit, got back on, and my cooldown was on. So I TP'd back to Lumbee. Ran back to the Wizard's Tower. This dude, I think this quest is just talking. Really, they're just like, what is this talisman? I pick it up, I bring it to like 4 different dudes back and forth. They're like, I don't know, ask this guy. He goes, I don't know, ask this guy. Bring it back to the first guy, and he's like, actually, I do know. It's an air talisman. Now you can go to my mine. And I'm like, I don't really understand what the point of that was, but okay. I go and get my pick from the bank. I'm trying to get the 5 mining so that I can mine the rune essence. It is at this point that I realize you need 1 mining for rune essence. So, unfortunately, I do feel a little bit like a fucking idiot, but my memory did not do me right there. So I get to 3 mining. It's going to make it faster anyways. Not a huge deal. I did waste just a lot of time at that mine. So, grab my rune essence, fill up. I find out you don't even have to talk to this guy. You can just right-click him and click teleport. If I were him, I would feel like that's a little rude, but, you know, I'm not a rune shop owner. So I get the rune essence required for the quest. I talk to King Ronald McDonald III. He says, hey, how would you like a quest? That's pretty weird that you're asking me because I'm the king. I have people for that. And he does have people for that. You see quests all over the fucking world. Also, you'll see this flicker a lot. Runelight kept flicking in the display, I think. It's weird to me because I thought they were like the same window. So management is probably going to have to look into that. It's a pretty big bug. Over here you see a portal to hell. I think that's where all the enemies killed end up. So we've already been over here, obviously. This time we go to the temple. We knock on the door. The guys inside are like, yo, what's up, dude? What are you looking for? And I think they're being pretty sus because they kind of lie to me. They're just like, oh, we're this guy who's totally not dead or kidnapped. We're totally fine. You just gotta go downstairs. And I'm like, well, what downstairs? You guys gotta let me in. And they're like, no. It's in the cemetery. You gotta go in the cemetery. You gotta go downstairs and you gotta kill the dog. And I'm like, that's fucking awesome, dude. I hate dogs. I've never met a dog I've liked. This is my character. This is role playing. So I go down there. Rick Turpentine is like, hello, Mr. Man, have a fucking taco. I think he knows that I'm about to face the biggest challenge of the account so far. So I attack this level 30 dog, which feels just a little bit optimistic maybe. I was in chat with my buddy when I was fighting this dog, and he goes, bro, use tick manipulation. And I'm like, bro, the only thing I manipulate is women, and it's only with a little light gaslighting. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So I kind of decimate the dog, and that is that. Go back upstairs and talk to the guys. They tell me to go back to King Ronald McDonald. I say, hey man, I killed your dog just like you asked, and he's like, what the fuck, dude? That was my family's dog. He always lived at my parents' house. He was literally, you know, in the prime of his life. Dude was gonna live for like another dozen years. Why would you kill him? And I'm like, well, obviously I killed him because I was told to. So then I pick up a bucket because my Skyrim mode says I need a bucket. I make a political statement here. Go back in. Now I have to kill this level 30 guy. I really don't think I'm gonna have that big of a problem because it's just some guy who's casting. So I do the prayer flick thing. I kind of get my ass whooped a little bit, which was unfortunate. So I come back with a second try. I have a little bit more meat this time, a little less rune essence, but I want to make 2 trips. Get my ass whooped again. So here I go through an anime training arc. You know, I really just don't feel prepared. So I get a full full inventory of beef. And now I'm confident. I'm walking in here, I'm like, dude, my entire inventory is here. I take off my armor because you do more magic damage against armor, I guess. Also something I didn't know. At this point, I am out of food. I've done fucking 2 damage to him, like, in total. It's like, where were these at the start of the fight? It's 3, 3, 2, 3, 3. Like, are you kidding me? This dude could have been dead so long ago. So I go back, teach this guy that you can safe spot the cows. He doesn't really listen to me because he's a noob, and he is only a regular Iron Man. I do ask him how to kill the monks of Zamorak, and he is beyond useless. I'm starting to believe that this is just one of those fights that you're like intended to lose in video games. So you go in, you lose, there's a cutscene. Whatever. Figure I'll give it one more shot. Also, no one fucking told me this, but beef heals for 2, and chicken heals for 3. So I get a full inventory of chicken, because I'm like, that's so much more healing. And this is it. This is go time. So I grab his key. At this point, I'm fucking fed up. I go up to this guy. He is stupid as shit. He's like, buh. And I'm like, okay. So he tells me to go back to hell again. Go down there, open the gate, walk through this dumbass maze that exists for no reason. Then you go up to all these pedestals and you have to find the one with the key. So I click on every goddamn pedestal. None of them are right until I click the second to last one. Then I have to stick my key in a bucket and stick the bucket in the water or something. I don't know, man. I'm just clicking on these blue things. I do something with the coffin. I go, hooty-dooty-doo. Bring this dude his rune essence. He's like, oh, thank you for the full inventory of rune essence, brother. I'm actually going to need another one. So I do. And then I go to Canifis. So after all of this fucking pain, we're ready to start grinding. We're ready to start the account. Next episode, you're going to see full graceful. And that's it.